Hey, it's Greg Peterson from the Urban Farm coming to you from Longevity Gardens with Jake Mace. Welcome, Jake.
Welcome to my place.
Actually, you should welcome me, exactly.
Greg, we just did a video where we set up this raised bed and filled it with soil, the exact soil mix that I use.
Yep.
Folks can get the link to that in the description or comments below, but now what are we doing?
Nice. So I get this question a lot. People want to know about drip tape. This is not drip irrigation. This is drip tape. This is what farmers use.
Okay.
And the cool thing about drip tape is that it's pressurized evenly throughout the system. The problem we get a lot with drip irrigation is that the pressure at the beginning of the system
is different
than the pressure at the end of the system. So
and usually at the end, it's a lot lower pressure.
Exactly.
And those plants don't get the water.
Right, exactly. So basically what we have here is we have our incoming 5/8 inch pipe.
And that comes from the grid. So this is after somebody's already got the water coming from the grid to their raised bed.
Exactly.
And you're not going to tie this pipe into a drip tape system.
Right, so we're just going to slip it on here. Now, interesting thing, this pipe gets really stiff. So if you're doing it and it's too hard to get it together.
Or if you're doing 100 of them at once.
Or if you're doing 100 of them at once, exactly. Go get a mug of hot water, boil water, and you can soak the end in hot water and it softens it up so nicely. Now we have the water coming in.
Okay.
We haven't sealed off the other end of this guy, so we have to seal off this other end. Now they sell attachments for the end pieces.
So you could hook up an attachment that will go to another bed.
Exactly, so you can just chain them on.
Or if this is the end of your system, you can cap it off.
And here's how I cap it off. It's really simple.
You just fold it.
I just fold it over.
I mean, those end caps can be expensive. They can add up if you're doing 100 of them. So
exactly.
That'll save you hundreds of dollars.
Right. So one of the things that I use this pink wire. And this is just pink electrical wire, and I use it instead of
one of these.
Instead of one of these.
Well, these cost a lot of money.
They do.
These you can buy in a big roll.
Right, you just buy this by the roll. We'll actually have this cut as our pop-up nursery as well.
Oh, okay.
But here's the reason I use them. Put that in the ground next to it.
I know for a fact that over time, that disappears.
That disappears, right. And the pink's never going to disappear.
So you can see it, so you can do adjustments and improvements.
Exactly.
And
so
fixes.
I've gone to using only this at the Urban Farm now. I've gotten rid of all the other wires and everything. So take that, wrap it around there real good for me.
Okay. Like this?
Yep. Just
and this way?
Twist it. Yep. Twist it tight as you can.
Tight.
That works. There's really no wrong way to do it. And then kind of twirly it maybe. Yeah. There we go.
Just start making the pressure high, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You're good.
So this is what it looks like, Greg. It's like super flat, and it's not sticky like tape.
No.
It's just a flat piece of irrigation line.
They actually call it lay flat tape.
Okay, lay
and
flat tape.
What happens when it fills with water is it fills up to a tube.
Right.
And then every 8 inches, in this particular one, every 8 inches there's a hole.
Wow, okay.
And that hole
That's
lets
enough
water out.
to let the appropriate amount of water out.
Right, so it'll put, if you put it on for 20 or 30 minutes, it'll put a ring of water around your plant right there.
Nice.
This is really interesting the way the connectors work. So this connector is going to go into this pipe right here.
The regular 5/8.
The regular 5/8, exactly. We're going to take the drip tape and we're going to put it on there while this is open, and then we're going to kink it closed. And what it's doing is it's cinching over that drip tape.
And locking it on.
And locking it on.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
It's pretty good.
Okay, so now we've got the first piece done.
Okay.
Okay. The next thing we need to do is we need to attach it in here.
Which you could just take some sort of nail, but this is a much better tool for that.
Yeah, this is a $7 tool.
And this just pokes a hole. Like if you were going to torture somebody, you can like...
Don't even go there. It just pokes a hole in the pipe.
Okay.
There we go. And then we're going to work this in there. Again, a jar of hot water or a mug of hot water will help. Okay, so now we're going to go down to the other end here.
So the water comes through this main line.
Main line.
Some of the water goes in this strip tape, and some of the water goes in this strip tape.
Exactly.
Greg, I know you, and I know that you like to garden economically.
Yes.
Which means on the cheap.
Yep.
But still effectively.
Absolutely.
So you figured out some ways to cut costs and keep the costs low with this, which is using a stick or a stake and a unique Greg Peterson Urban Farm method.
Yeah, well, actually, I got this from Scott Murray, so I won't claim this one. I've got this extra here. I'm going to cut it off with a few inches on the end. All right. Now, and we take an extra piece of this.
Okay.
I'll need about 4 inches.
Okay. Hold on to that.
Hold on to that. And all we're going to do is we're going to fold it once. We're going to fold it twice. You're going to open that up. And you're going to slide it over the end here.
So it just, you folded this part, now it just stuffs in there to keep it folded,
Yep.
basically.
There you go.
Let me,
You just slide it on.
Oh, that's cool. So that's
Yeah.
like totally like rustic, you know,
There you go.
that's like an everyman's way of doing it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And now no water will get through there.
Right. Yeah, so grab the stake now. All right, you're going to put the stake in the ground. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lash this and lash this
With these guys.
with those guys. So go ahead and...
I'll do this one, you do that one. How
All
about
right,
that?
cool.
And we just fold this up and just
Yep.
tie it around like
There
this.
you go,
right?
just like that.
I've been to your house, Greg, at the urban farm, and you've got all your garden grown with this method.
I do. This is what I love. So, and then the last thing we do, so we stake them at the end down here like this. Okay. The stakes hold them taut because, you know, as they heat up, they'll expand and contract and like that. And this
Sure.
way they don't move down at the ends. And then I'll use my U-shaped wire, just like so.
To make it the shape you want it.
Yeah.
And now what you've done is you've taken this main line and you've tied it into my garden
Right.
that already has irrigation to it
Exactly.
for this video, so we can turn this on. It should work for the audience watching.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. There it goes. It's working good.
Now
Yep.
they're kind of like a tube,
Yep.
and the water
Yeah.
is just coming through. And now
Yeah.
the plants that we plant in this raised bed will find that water as they grow.
Exactly.
I like it.
And I found that they last for a very long time.
That's the thing. People always make you nervous, make you think that your irrigation is not going to last or it's going to get clogged. But you
Right.
found that this lasts and does not get clogged.
The batch in my front yard has been there for like 5 years and it's still going great. And the other thing is, because of the way they laser cut them, they don't clog. So when it pushes another batch of water through it, it clears out the holes, so the holes just don't clog.
Because sometimes some minerals can clog it up, but
Yeah.
you found that this doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen here.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So where can folks get drip tape if they're in the Phoenix area?
Well, you can get them at our pop-up nursery,
Which is urban.
urbanfarm.org.
Okay.
And
Cool.
we'll be setting up bundles of drip tape, so it'll come with drip tape, it'll come with the wires, it'll come with the end pieces and the on-off valves.
So like a pre-thought out system.
The pre-thought out system.
That's great. Thanks for coming over.
Yep.
People are always concerned and have questions
In
about
fact.
how to irrigate their garden.
Yeah, and this is a great, great solution.